back to my Flash episode review. My thoughts on tonight's episode of The Flash titled Cause and Effect. And I gotta be honest, I didn't love this episode. It just, I don't know what the writers are thinking with another filler episode this close to the finale. And I honestly feel like the writers don't know how to handle the Savitar storyline. And the only interesting aspects of this episode were the beginning when Barry was talking to his older self, and they were explaining kind of who he is, and the fact that he is a time remnant created by the older version of Barry. And the explanation was cool, and the Savitar aspects of the episode were interesting. Just another episode. It's just with dealing with like a depowered or like no memory Barry, and now a depowered Wally, and it's just like, are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me? And I feel like the way that they explain like Barry having amnesia and Savitar having amnesia makes no sense. No sense. Like, obviously they fixed it. So I don't understand why, and that's the same exact time Savitar had no memory, because he would have already lived through them fixing it. And that made no sense to me. And granted, and Amy's the one who can say this. I just said it last week. The whole Savitar thing doesn't make sense at all, because the way they explained it, they said there really was no beginning to Savitar. Like the way that like there was no like start to who he is. Like they're kind of like as a result of Flashpoint, Savitar's this whole thing has kind of already been there, because the original Savitar, like when Savitar was created, he went back in time to create like the legend of Savitar and all this stuff. And then he had to ensure his own survival and creation. So it's like this like infinite time loop thing, which was one of the things that I had figured last week's episode when we figured out who Savitar was. But still, I mean, granted, it doesn't make the most amount of sense, but it was fine for me because they kind of used Flashpoint as a way of explaining it. Because obviously, before Flashpoint, Iris was alive and in the future and all that stuff. So Barry creating Flashpoint does have serious consequences. And then that's the one, another aspect of the episode that I think like, them using Flashpoint to explain it makes sense, because I feel like they introduced Flashpoint as a story point, and then in the last half of the season they've been so focused on trying to stop Savitar from killing Iris that the Flashpoint storyline was completely disappeared. And I didn't really like that, because like why set up this whole storyline that's great in the comics, has a great comic book or great animated adaptation, and then you focus on it for like one episode, and then you kind of barely talk about it again, and the world overall isn't all that different. You know, like with the New 52, because that in DC Comics, that was a result of Flashpoint, and so many things changed. Whereas like in the Flash, I mean, Cisco's brother died, and then in Arrow, you had Diggle's daughters, now John Diggle Jr., but like nothing all that different. You know, I mean, granted, the Caitlin is now Killer Frost and all that stuff, but we all knew that was going to come no matter what. But I don't know. It was nice to see them use Flashpoint as a way of explaining it. That's one of the few things I liked about this episode. Another thing that I liked was that Barry's message that we heard on Legends of Tomorrow from this past season. At first, we thought it was because of Flashpoint. I mean, it's kind of about Flashpoint, but it's more about Savitar than it is Flashpoint. And I think that was a cool way of tying it in, because I feel like that tease in Legends didn't pay off the way I wanted it to when they first were dealing with it in the Invasion crossover and stuff. And speaking of the Invasion crossover, when they're talking about the Speed Force cannon, or the bazooka, or whatever they want to call it, and they're saying they need all this power, and I'm pretty sure that was one of the devices, the one that had encased in glass when King Shark showed up. I'm pretty sure that was one of the Dominator's devices. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, just, correct me in the comments. Just let me know. If it's not, just let me know. But I don't know. So those are the things that I enjoyed about this episode. The villain and Heatmonger, like who the hell is he? Like, granted, I did like the mention of Mick Roy as Heatwave, because I feel like the world kind of forgot about him in the Legends when they left to be Legends. But it is nice seeing those references. And also for those of you who wanted me to react or talk about the Flash Sizzle trailer that was released the other day, I really liked it. I'm obviously really excited to see how Captain Cold is going to be coming back, because of is it going to actually be Captain Cold or another hologram thing? It seems like Barry's actually interacting with him, so I don't know if it's like a younger self, or they're somehow going to bring Wentworth Miller back officially so he can be back on Legends next season, or the Flash this next season. Who knows? I really hope he does come back, because I know he's been busy filming this current season of Prison Break, but the shows have felt empty without him. Like, having him there in season 2 of The Flash, and even season 1, especially season 1 of The Flash, and Legends, he brings such a presence to these shows, and that obviously when he's not there, I think it's felt. And the shows, not that they're bad without him, but I think the shows are better with him there. So I am looking forward to seeing him back in the show. Granted, that's not necessarily to do with the episode, but for anyone who's asking me about the Civil trailer, I did enjoy it. I am looking forward more to the Arrow finale because there's a lot more going on there with Oliver trying to team up with Nyssa and Captain Boomerang and obviously Deathstroke, and so that's really exciting. Not to say that The Flash isn't exciting, but I feel like just this season is not wrapping up the way I wanted it to. And I thought okay, the whole season could be meh, but have a great last few episodes, and then that'll be I'll be like, okay, this was a decent season. But I can't even say that because they're doing stupid filler episodes this far along, and it's why? It makes no sense to me. And I just feel like the writers just are kind of just making it up as they go along. You have this really interesting storyline with Barry's time remnant being Savitar and all this stuff, but you're not doing enough with that to make it all that interesting, And they waited so long to have the reveal that at this point, a lot of us either saw it coming or didn't really care. And it sucks because you shouldn't have that with your shows. And I don't know. And I just feel like the way this season is wrapping up, I'm just not all that excited. I mean, of course I'm going to watch these episodes, and I'm hoping they're at least good. But again, not say that this episode was bad or the season's been bad. It's just been a lackluster season. There have been great singular episodes, like the Gorilla Grodd stuff, and this season was great. All the Jesse Quick stuff was great. The mid-season finale was great. I didn't care for the Flashpoint episodes, really, to be honest. The crossover was great. The Supergirl musical, I actually really enjoy it, unlike a lot of people. But I just feel like as a whole season, it has been a letdown. And it sucks to say because, again, Flash was one of my favorite shows, like this time a couple years ago. But I feel like each season has gone down in quality. And then and the fact that I can say that Legends of Tomorrow was the best DC show on this season is a lot to say, because that show, it's while it has its main story point of this past season, them trying to get the Spear of Destiny out of the Legion of Doom's hands and defeat the Legion of Doom, well, that's pretty cheesy and comic booky. It was good television, whereas this, not saying it's bad, it's just not focused and it's not consistent. And I don't know, it just sucks as a fan because I feel like I'm being let down all the time with the show, and I want it to be great, and I hope it wraps up great. It's just I've just been let down so much to the point where I'm not holding my breath for this shit, and I want the show to be good, and I'm hoping it's good, but just I don't know, I just don't have the utmost faith in the writers at this point. So honestly, with that being said, I think that's gonna be it for me. So what do you guys think of this episode? Sign your thoughts in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for all the other content I put up on my channel. Tomorrow night we'll be doing a review for tomorrow night's episode of Arrow. I'm gonna be seeing an advanced screening of that movie, Everything. So I'm going to be seeing that. So so my reviews will probably be up a little later, if not Thursday morning. So just so you guys know. But you guys can check that out, as well as all the other videos on my channel, as well as the other day the brand new trailer for Wonder Woman was released online. You guys can check my reaction to it on my channel, and watch any of my other videos. I feel like I'm rambling long enough. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, have a good one.